Welcome to Uncaged Zootours. If you're new to the channel and also love animals, I would highly recommend hitting the like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to join me on my tours. We're back in Zoo Atlanta. We visited their new African Savanna the last time we were here. This time, we'll meet the Scaly, Slimy, and Spectacular! The Triple S opened in 2015 and replaced the original reptile house, World of Reptiles. It only cost $18 million, but it does have over 70 reptiles and amphibians. Let's do this! We're starting with one of the animals that eluded me on the savannah, the southern white rhinoceros. Say hello to Mumbles and Kazi. White rhinos are the largest of the 5 rhino subspecies. Rhinos may have poor eyesight, but they have great hearing. In fact, their ears can move independently to point towards the direction of sounds. Let's move on. Scaly, Slimy, and Spectacular is located to the right of the warthogs and to the left of the gorillas. The first field in this exhibit is home to radiated tortoises. Although tortoises are slow-moving, they can climb over fallen limbs or rocks. Even though they look cute, they will make a loud screeching sound to try and scare predators away. It's kind of like how Pokemon approach their opponents. Speaking of Pokemon, in the next field are Aldabra giants, the real-life equivalent of Blastoise. Unlike Squirtle's evolution, they live a more relaxed, slow-paced life, which is easy for a species with a life expectancy of 100 years or more. That's way longer than you and me, ladies and gentlemen. It's also worth noting that these giants only live in Scaly, Slimy, and Spectacular in the warmer months. Their winter home is on the other side of the zoo in Kids Zone. Now it's time to hop along to the Georgia extremes. The first 3 outdoor habitats are home to gopher frogs, eastern box turtles, and gopher tortoises. Inside, you'll find more of Georgia's hidden gems. There's the gray rat snake, the hellbender salamander, which is the largest salamander in North America, the seal salamander, which unlike its aquatic mammal counterpart can't do any tricks, and finally, the copperhead. Now there's someone who has tricks up their sleeves, I mean scales! During the winter, these venomous snakes will hibernate not just with their family, but with other rattlesnakes and black rat snakes. Georgia's final extreme exhibit is home to a big mix of cooter turtles, largemouth bass, and alligator snapping turtles. Don't worry folks, I'll talk about them later. It's time to head into the main building. Our next stop is a slice of the world's rainforest. A Timor python is sleeping in this tree, so let's move on before we wake them up from their nap. Next door are a pair of emerald tree monitors from New Guinea. Emerald tree monitors are one of the only species of monitor lizards that display social behavior. These lizards live in social groups that consist of a male, a few females, and a few juvenile males. Like all reptiles, they shed their skin as they get older. Next to them is a prehensile-tailed skink that I didn't see. Across from them are African slender-snouted crocodiles. Say hello to Misai and Babu. Unlike most crocodilians, they're very shy, and they can use their slender snout to catch fish, invertebrates, and other small snacks. But these crocs can't hide from their problems forever, as they're hunted for the bushmeat trade and have to deal with us humans stealing their food. Oh, and when they call to each other, they sound like a truck backfiring. Next, we'll journey from small crocs to large snakes. Here, we'll get a proper introduction to the green anaconda. These snakes love the water. An anaconda's eyes and nose are at the top of their head so they can see and breathe while hunting for prey in the water, before using their powerful jaws to swallow their feast whole. Anacondas only need to eat every few weeks because of their slow metabolism. The anacondas are next door neighbors with a large reticulated python and tiny green and black poison dart frogs. I may have mentioned this before, but these frogs use their color as a warning to say, "Don't eat me, I'm toxic." Now we're headed to the world's deserts. There's a lot of spires and a gharial bench that's perfect for relaxing. By the way, the spires were custom designed. There's a tank for yellow blotched map turtles, and across from them is the Burmese star tortoise. No, they don't live in the desert. Instead, they live in the dry forests of Myanmar. Burmese star tortoises are endangered due to the pet trade, the food trade, and habitat loss. They almost went extinct in the mid-2000s, but as of 2022, there are now 14,000 tortoises living in Myanmar thanks to conservation efforts. Next is a pancake tortoise hiding in the rocks. Their neighbor is a shy Mexican box turtle. There's also a display that showcases how deserts are very important to the environment. Our next stop is a long, darkened hallway that contains more reptiles, from their Pilbara skink and their red-eyed leaf frog, which are both kept separate, to a neo-tropical bird snake, which is kept in a triangle. They may not have feathers, but they are known to steal bird eggs. Angry birds, beware. The first exhibit on the left is home to the anaconda's cousin, the boa constrictor. Like the anaconda, they wrap themselves around their prey's body and suffocate the victim before consuming its meal. Now that's takeout, no pun intended. There's also a green tree boa who is enjoying the mist with his tiny roommate, a black-legged poison dart frog. After that is an eastern indigo snake, which I didn't see on this visit, but next door is the green tree python and the eyelash viper. Those eyelashes are scales that help them camouflage. Eyelash vipers can come in many different colors, including red, yellow, brown, green, and even pink. Despite looking pretty, I wouldn't recommend keeping this snake as a pet. Not only are eyelash vipers wild animals, but they can strike faster than any other snake. Just as deadly is the Sri Lankan pit viper. Like the eyelash viper, they live mostly in trees. But they're also sexually dimorphic. Males are usually blue, while females are green. Don't worry folks, not every snake is venomous. In fact, the Amazon tree boa will only attack if it's threatened. If it wants to oppress a mate, it will shed its skin, kind of like how we pick out a new outfit for a special event. This tree boa also lives with more black-dying poison dart frogs. Speaking of frogs, the next exhibit is home to Lake Titcaca water frogs. Unlike most frogs, the Titcaca frog spends its entire life underwater. The frog's skin has folds that help it breathe in that sweet oxygen. To help get more oxygen into their bodies, the Lake Titicaca frog does push-ups underwater. What a workout! Feel the burn! The next tank contains something I briefly talked about earlier, the alligator snapping turtle, or as I like to refer to it, Bowser Koopa's realistic cousin. Instead of breathing fire, the alligator snapping turtle has a powerful bite. Even though it's not venomous, it can still hurt you. In fact, their bite is strong enough to take your finger off in one chomp. They are also considered an invasive species in the Czech Republic, Germany, Hungary, and South Africa. From the rainforest of Africa is the Gaboon viper. Out of all the snakes in this building, the Gaboon viper has the longest fangs of any snake. With those huge fangs, it can sink its teeth in deep to kill its prey. The Gaboon viper can also control how much venom it secretes. Everywhere you look, there are more frogs. Along with the green and black poison dart frogs, there's the Panamanian golden frog. This frog is extinct in the wild, not just because of habitat loss, but because of a highly dangerous fungus called citrid that kills frogs. Sorry, I'm not trying to be preachy, but these frogs need our help. Here's someone to lighten the mood, the green basilisk lizard. These lizards are known to run on water at 7 miles per hour. Along with their big feet, they also have fringes on their feet that make air bubbles so they can stay afloat. But they can't run forever. When they tire out from running, they can also swim. Next to them are the caiman lizards. I already mentioned in episode 10 that these lizards can crunch a turtle's shell with their flat teeth, but they can also do the same thing with snails, clams, and even small fish. On the right side is a cloud rock iguana, an endangered lizard from Cuba. There's also a Fiji banded iguana. Unlike their Cuban cousins, they prefer to live on the trees of Fiji. They also love to eat flowers, leaves, and fruit. Next is a red spitting cobra, one of Africa's most dangerous snakes. Spitting cobras are known to, well, spit at victims from 8 feet away. To avoid the cannibalistic adults, baby spitting cobras roam around during the day, but when they mature, the cobras adjust to the nocturnal life. Following the cobra are a pair of Jamaican boas, a common king snake, and a Bolin's python. The next triangle is home to a corn snake. No, they don't eat corn, but the corn snake's name originated from the markings on its belly that resembles corn. The third triangle is home to a Louisiana pine snake, and after that is a small slice of North America's deserts. Along with 4 different rattlesnakes, there's a black beaded lizard and the larger Guatemalan beaded lizard. The Guatemalan beaded lizard is venomous, but they pose no threat to humans. In fact, their venomous nature has led to many myths and rumors, causing the beaded lizard to become endangered due to farming, hunting, and the pet trade. But there's some good news. Zoo Atlanta helps the Guatemalan beaded lizard by collaborating with the Foundation for the Conservation of Endangered Species of Guatemala. Try saying that. They also hold a breeding group of Guatemalan lizards outside of Guatemala. So remember, people, don't listen to rumors. Again, I'm sorry for being preachy. Last but certainly not least are diamondback terrapins. Because these tiny turtles are easily caught in traps or run over by cars, Zoo Atlanta has teamed up with the Georgia Sea Turtle Center to release baby turtles onto Jekyll Island after their first birthday. The Georgia Sea Turtle Center also sends a squad to help adult turtles cross busy roads. And that's all, folks. That is what zoo fans call America's greatest herpetarium. Next time we head to Atlanta, we'll head into the Ford African rainforest to meet the zoo's gorillas and other primates that call these forests home. What was your favorite animals on this tour? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you later.